The next sandhi we study is Pararupa Sandhi. This is a Swara Sandhi. Now, just like how we spoke about Purva Rupa, Pararupa here refers to the sound in the second word. The sound in the second word comes as Adesha. So, very simple. Here also it is a Swara transformation. That is why it is under Swara Sandhi. Now, let us see the two sentences here. Yajamanaha Vajapeya Kratuna Prejate Parnaha Atapena Uposhati. Now, Prejate, Uposhati. These are the two words to be observed. Prejate has got pra ejate. Uposhati has got upa oshati. Let us take the one example and see how the karya is taking place. Pra ejate. Pra is made up of p, r, a. Ejate is made up of a, j, a, t, a. Now, a and a sound are involved. In the Pura Rupa Sandhi, it was a and a. The Purva Varna was ekara and Paravarna was akara. Here it is reverse. Purva Varna is akara and you have Paravarna as ekara. Now, the Adesha here is ekara. Prejate. Paravarna is Adesha. Prejate. A plus A is A and Pararupa is coming as Adesha here. Now, what is the difference, sir? We have A and O as Adesha in two places. Now, Ekara, Gana plus Ishaha, Ganeshaha, Ekara is Adesha there. A plus A according to Vriddhi Sandhi should have become I. A plus O according to Vriddhi Sandhi should have become Au. But you are now coming and telling another rule which is contradicting that rule. Now, then Panini says, Pararupa Sandhi has got an important condition. Along with Puravarna being an Akara and Paravarna being an Ekara and an Okara. What is that extra condition that Pararupa Sandhi should have? If this extra condition is met, we are supposed to form the Pararupa transformation. What is that extra condition? The Purvavarna Akara should be an Upasarga. The Paravarna Ekara and Okara should be a part of a Kriyapada or a Dhatu. Now, these are two special conditions which are added. And then, if these two special conditions are existing, then we do Pararupa Sandhi instead of Vriddhi Sandhi. So, in a sense, Pararupa Sandhi overrules Vriddhi Sandhi if these two special conditions exist. Let us see the example again. These are the two examples which are often spoken of, Prejate and Uposhati, because you need to have Ekaradhi Dhatu or an Okaradhi Dhatu and Akaranta Upasarga for this to happen. These are the two examples commonly seen. Now, Avarnat Upasargat Yada Ekaradi Dhatuhu Paraha Bhavati Tada Puraparayoho cha sthane Ekaraha Ekadeshaha Bhavati. Avarnat Upasargat Okaradi Dhatuhu Yada Bhavati Tada Puraparayoho sthane Okaraha Adeshaha Bhavati. Now, in English, if Upasarga ending with A is followed by a Dhatu having beginning letter as A or O is substituted in place of both the letters. Now, here the two terms Dhatu and Upasarga. What is a Dhatu? Dhatu is the root form of a verb. Patati, all of us know Patati. It's a Kriyapada, it's a verb. Now, the root for Patati is Pat, and this is called Dhatu. There are about 2000 Dhatus in Sanskrit. Of these, those starting with A and O are very limited. Only those can come and be a part of this sandhi. Now, this is the note on dhatu. We will be expanding on dhatu and other things in the next chapter, next or the fourth chapter, where we'll be talking about dhatu and lakaras. Now, what is a upasarga? An upasarga is a prefix added to the dhatu. Why is that prefix added? To enhance the meaning, to give an opposite meaning, to give a special meaning. For example, we say gachati. Gachati means goes. Agachati. Agachati means comes. Anugachati follows. Avagachati understands. So like this, there are lot of upasargas, prefixes which are added to the dhatu to enhance the meanings, or sometimes it may give the same meaning also. So they have an effect on the meaning of the dhatu, those prefixes. It may emphasize the meaning, give a special meaning, or even change it completely, or sometimes the meaning may not change at all. Vishati, enters. Pravishati also means enters. So sometimes it doesn't change the meaning, but upasargas are added. Now, upasargas are 22 in number, out of which only 4 upasargas end in hraswa akara. Pra, apa, ava, and upa. Now, these are the upasargas which can get involved in this sandhi. Pararupa sandhi rule, yengi pararupam. Yeng refers to ekara and okara. From the Maheshwara Sutras, if you see, yengi pararupam, ayun rilrik yeng, yevong. Yeng refers to ye and okara only. Pararupam. Pararupam means the second sound comes as adesha. So yeng in front of yeng, and this yeng should be an ekara or an okara of the dhatu. Pararupa comes when akara, akaradi upasarga is present as the purvavarna. Yengi pararupam. Since there will be not many examples, these are the 2 examples that we can remember for pararupa sandhi, that is prejate and uposhati. When we learn advanced grammar, we will learn other examples. Dhanyavadaha.